Hello, Squadron, and welcome to another Hangout session. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Omar, so get comfortable, grab your favorite beverage, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Of course, you know, I have my coffee and I have my agua. That is good. And followed by some water, Hydration Nation. Stay hydrated, everyone. Okay, before we get into the topic, let me give a disclaimer because of what we're going to be talking about. And I know people are like, Omar, you don't have to say this. We know your opinion does not negate ours. Yes, but it's also 2024, and I want to cover my own ass. So here we go. My opinion does not negate your opinion. Feel free to let me know your experience with the Twin Flame community down in the comments, because your experience could be better or worse than mine. Just be respectful, okay? Okay, awesome. And of course, I have my notes because I don't want this video to be an hour long. I will go off the deep end and just randomly talk about anything. This is for your safety as much as mine. All right? All right. So part one of me talking about distortions in the Twin Flame community. My journey in the Twin Flame community. So my journey started in the earlier years of me being a Reiki master teacher, learning different spiritual, metaphysics, and holistic topics for clients, students, and my own personal work. And that is when I came across the topic, which really resonated with me. And the more I researched it with articles and videos, it just kept clicking, right? The signs and the coincidences. And I'm like, yeah, I went through that. I went through that. And I went through that. But what really helped me to embrace having a divine counterpart was doing a Reiki share that I was leading, which coincidentally enough dealt with twin flames and soulmates. I got to actually meet my twin flame's soul. And we got to conversate about different things and learn about the fact that we have been incarnating in multiple lifetimes, and we've met each other, and we've had such amazing adventures, and we're both incarnated here in this lifetime, and that if I do the work, we will be meeting in this lifetime too. Obviously, I was over the moon, and that led me to go even deeper into the rabbit hole about the subject matter. But in doing so, I also kind of came across some negative aspects that I really didn't like. And ultimately, after some soul searching and talking with my spirit team, it led me to realize I need to redefine this journey for myself. So I do not refer to us as being on a twin flame journey anymore. I refer to us as being on a divine counterpart journey because that's more in line with where I feel like the both of us are. Twin flame absolutely served the purpose that it needed to, but because of just so much negative stuff that's attached to it, I needed a term that not only fit our dynamic better, but also didn't have all of that negativity on it. Okay? All right. So, of course, since I said that, what is that negativity, you ask? Okay, well, let's get into part two. Let me get some water first. Oh, my goodness. All right, part two. What are the distortions? We're just going to get right into it. The first distortion, an imbalance of masculine and feminine energies, yin and yang. Okay, it doesn't matter how many articles or videos you watch about the twin flame experience, you will find a very heteronormative cisgender viewpoint. And what I mean by that is if you identify as a male, then you are going to automatically be labeled the divine masculine. If you identify as a female, you are going to be automatically labeled the divine feminine. Now, of course, if you are someone who is male and your twin flame is male, or you're female and your twin flame is female, Or you are male, but you find out you're the divine feminine and your counterpart, which is a woman, is the divine masculine. How is this going to help you? It's not. You're going to be struggling. Let me tell you, because I was looking for resources. I know a lot of people that fit those outliers, and it's not a lot out there. You really just have to kind of alter the information you find to fit you, but you shouldn't have to, right? You should find more open resources. So that is a distortion that I was finding, was there's not a lot for people who fall outside of cisgendered heteronormity. Also, the fact that whatever you identify as, there's this tunnel vision that if you're the divine masculine, you only can sit in divine masculine energy. And if you're the divine feminine, you can only sit in divine feminine energy. Divine feminines are not allowed to do what the divine masculine can do, and divine masculines are not allowed to do what the divine feminines can do. And so says it, the bylaws of the twin flame journey. No. 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 Whew. Distortion number 2. Toxic philosophies that are affecting your dynamic. Co-creation. What do I mean by that? Well, obviously you're going to hear some amazing stories in the twin flame community about learning about being in a twin flame dynamic and doing the work and meeting your twin flame, and you feel like, you're over the moon. It's like, yes, you have that. And then also, boom, twin flame running. Boom, false flames. Boom, boom, boom. All of this negative stuff comes up. Now, I'm not saying that negative stuff is not a part of life, right? We all exist. But the frequency that you hear people talk about this stuff is astronomical. And remember, if you take in other people's energies, those energies will manifest in your life, right? It's kind of like if all you do is hear people talking about, ghost stories. After a while, that creek outside will start feeling like, wait, is that a serial killer? The closet door being open. Wait, did I leave that closet door open? What's in there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start creating the reality for yourself. And the same thing is here too, right? You hear so much of this stuff. Okay, I have a great analogy. For those who watch Sex and the City, there was an episode where Carrie was listening to her friends talk about that fact that if you meet a guy over a certain age and he's single, clearly there has to be something wrong with him. And Carrie took all this information to heart that when she was dating this guy, after he left for, I think, either work or vacation, she ransacked his house. She flipped his bed and his closets and his drawers. And then she found, I think, a lockbox, and she tried to pick the lockbox because she was so hell-bent on the fact that there had to be something wrong with him. There was no way he could be perfect. And the same is true here. Obviously, he came home and he found her, right? And she realized that she was the crazy one. But the point I'm trying to make is, when you learn about the twin flame dynamic, it is unconditional love. It is the closest thing to the source of all, right? It's basically perfect. And we as human beings, even though we are spiritual beings spiritual beings having a human experience, we do have the ego. And the ego has a hard time understanding perfect things. For example, look at any pantheon of gods. Take the Egyptian, the Greek, or the Norse. It's full of betrayal, adultery, killing each other, but these are supposed to be gods. These are supposed to be perfect beings. So why would perfect beings have the fallacy of humans? Right? There's a disconnection here. You see what I'm saying? Same thing here. You listen to all these negative stories, all these negative philosophies, you're going to be co-creating that in your twin flame dynamic. And the last Uh, distortion I want to talk about is an increase in false flame situationships. I want to stop for a second to give a shout out to a fellow Reiki master of mine, Roger, because he was the first person I heard use the term false flame. So this one is for you, Roger. But yes, a false flame is someone that has all the characteristics like they are your twin flame, but come to find out, psych, they're not. They're another cosmic lesson. Yay! No. No. Now for me, I see the false flames more as karmic soulmates, right? People that we have energy with from a past lifetime or past lifetimes that are just not resolved, and they're following us into this lifetime. It could be something you did to them. It could be something that they did to you. It also could be soul ties, right? If you have some type of contract with this person, whether they were a child in a past lifetime and you swear you would take care of them forever and they keep following you, you could have been married to this person. And you know, they say in marriage vows, right? From this lifetime and all other lifetimes. So if you have those soul ties or contracts, you might want to look into doing some type of ritual to break those if you find yourself the victim of false flames. I'm just saying. But yes, I have been noticing an uptake of those with people that are on this twin flame journey, running into that a lot. Okay? All right. Now part 3, because I'm never someone that likes to talk about the negative and not give some positive. I've been talking about distortions, so here's some solutions to help you with these distortions if they're happening to you or you find yourself affected by them. Ready? Okay, here we go. So my first solution, right, for the imbalance of masculine and feminine energy is to strive for true yin and yang balance in yourself. Okay? Going back to my own journey, I was struggling with figuring out whether I was the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I realized it really doesn't matter, right? Because we all have masculine and feminine energy in us. We need both. One cannot operate without the other. Just like in yin and yang, right? When you look at the diagram, yes, there's one side that's mostly black. Yes, there's one side that's mostly white. But what is also present? There is a circle of white in the black, and there is a circle of black in the white. Both are needed to achieve true balance. And that is what's needed in your dynamic. Whether you call it a twin flame dynamic, a divine counterpart, it does not matter. If you're trying to manifest a person, you want to manifest a whole person, which means you need to be a whole person. You need to sit firmly and comfortably in both the masculine and the feminine to attract a person who is also sitting comfortably in their masculine and feminine. I'm just saying. If not, you're going to keep finding yourself manifesting or running into incomplete people. And I'm just saying that could be why you're experiencing a lot of false flames. No finger pointing. I'm not pointing no fingers. I'm just saying if you're a victim of false flames, it could be because of that. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? My second solution, practicing discernment when it comes to the philosophies you work with. Okay? Like I said before, if you are operating on the fact that twin flames are supposed to be these perfect connections, these healing connections, that is what you need to focus on. Even though your ego is going to want to play worst case scenarios, like worst case scenario, what if I do have a twin flame runner? Worst case scenario, what if this person is my false flame? Okay, so what? We will adjust, we will get past it, but ultimately we are focusing on manifesting a healthy, respective, understanding, compassionate, Dynamic. I was going to think of some other ones, but I'll be here all day. I just wanted to end with dynamic. You can adjust it how you need to, but I feel like that is the place you should be, right? Focusing on the positives and getting away from the negatives. And if you're someone that's like, well, I'm just being realistic, I'm just being practical, you know what you're also doing? You're also being the person that's looking a gift horse in the mouth. You're being the person that's waiting for the other shoe to drop. You are being carried. You're going to be that person that's ripping apart their partner's apartment looking for fault when there is no fault. Just saying. All right, and the last solution that I want to give in this video is to prevent yourself from falling victim to false flames, do inner work. And what I mean by that is self-love, inner child work, and shadow work. If you're not familiar with those, please Google them because they are wonderful pieces of healing tools that you want to have in your toolbox, okay? Because self-love is going to help you to really have love for yourself, have compassion for yourself, which you're going to then need to possess to then move on to inner child work, right? To heal the scars and the damage that you went through from the year 0 to 19 and to be there for yourself in the way that other people were not able to be there for you, right? This is about giving to yourself in the ways that were lacking in the dynamics that you had during that time. And then you're finally ready to do the shadow work, which is not about giving yourself a free pass to be an asshole, right? Don't be one of those people that's like, well, if someone cannot accept me at my worst, then they don't deserve me at my best. No, that's just some no, right? Yes, embrace the shadow parts of yourself, but also be open to doing the work so that you don't continue to be an asshole, you don't continue to hurt people, but you're also not raking yourself over the coals, right? You made mistakes, accept them, grow, do better. Just saying. But yes, that is going to conclude it for this video. I did that in 17, well, almost 18 minutes. But still, see the power of good notes. But all right, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know down in the comments, like I said, what is your experience with the Twin Flame community and being on a Twin Flame journey? And also, what you feel about the distortions I listed and the solutions I gave you. I can't wait to see what you're going to write and the conversations we are going to have. I'm so excited. Down in my description, you will find a link for my PayPal. If you could donate, I would appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot with upgrades that I have planned that are coming. It could come sooner with them donations, but if you can't, I completely understand. And you can like, share, and do all those things because it helps me to beat the YouTube algorithm so that my videos can be seen by more people. We can grow the squadron because that's what I want. I want that, all right? And until we meet again, I am sending you Reiki energy on your journey to heal your shadow self and to embrace your true self. Namaste.